thanks to this build guide, I'm now a level 71 rogue, easily farming tier 30 to 35 dungeons without dying. And I just finally, on one of the dungeons, the last one, got this drop, which was the last piece to the sort of endgame set of gear you need to in this guide. This dagger greatly increases your attack speed, and I got a pretty well max roll on it. Max unique affix, max movement speed, nearly max damage to crowd control, slightly lower on the lucky hit chance, but there aren't a lot of reasons to have a high lucky hit chance in this build other than your gloves, which will be a lucky hit chance to slow, which will trigger one of the Paragon boards. And the basic skill damage doesn't really matter too much. So one reason why I'm posting this video is I found I would look at the YouTube videos and people would show off their 100 level characters with nearly all maxed out end game gear. They didn't show that sort of stage where most people stop the grind, somewhere between 70 and 80, and just sort of see, you know, where you can get to within reason until season 2 comes, and obviously the 40% increased 0 to 100 leveling process will change things. But at least in season 1, around level 70 to 80, you hit a lot of your end game gear, and that's what I kind of feel like I'm at. I'm now in a stage where I'm just grinding nightmare dungeons with no more end game in sight other than finishing my Paragon board, upgrading my glyphs to level 15, well, up to 21, but at least 15, and there's no real endgame bosses. I'm not fighting any world bosses, so that's how season 1's gonna end. And it's sort of nice to see the gear progression, not just, you know, the end goal, but also, you know, where could you get to if you're just grinding like a couple hours a night. So I'll just walk through my items quickly at this stage. You can see the affixes aren't perfect. You can see that, you know, on my armor I'm missing a lot of damage reduction stuff from the end game gear, but at least I have most of the affixes following the guide. I have you know, I've rerolled a couple stats in some cases, like for example this one rerolled to daze, damage to daze, which a lot of our enemies do end up dazed, so that works fine, but it would be nice to have that as like critical strike damage. But it is what it is. It's not perfect. We're level 70, so this is where it's sort of nice that to show off that you know, items at this stage, because you can see how much damage you can do. You can be fighting mobs 20-30 levels ahead of you without perfect gear. So just walking through the items a bit more here. There's one, this one here I would like to switch out. I don't want a lucky hit because my lucky hit chance is low. I'm not too sure how often this legendary affix is gonna hit. The one in the guide is different than this one. And the damage on this one could be about 100 damage per second higher, if I could just find an item that dropped with decent rolls. This I consider a near endgame bow. Perfect affix on twisting blades. It has core skill damage, it has close, it has vulnerable. If daze could just be a max roll and critical strike damage, this would be an end game item as well. So then that would mean two of my 3 weapons would be completed. Alright, so if you guys are out there grinding, following a build guide, let me know how you guys are doing, and it would help if you could like and subscribe. Thanks. See you in the next video.